Morning, I'm First Lieutenant Madden. I'll be your platoon leader throughout the duration of this operation. First, we'll start off with roll call. Platoon sergeant, weapons, first, second, third, FO, or TO. Alright, everyone got pens, pencils, paper, ranger handbooks, maps, protractors. Good? Okay, please hold all questions to the end. This is Warning Order 18-005, Anthem Restoration. Your references are Yakima Military Installation Map, one of the 161 Operations Order 18-005, and the Apex Company Operations Order. Time zone used throughout this operation will be uniform. Task organization for 1st Platoon Apex Company. 2nd Squad, you are the decisive operation. Your task with being the Assault 1 element. 3rd Squad, you are shaping Operation 1. Your task with being the Assault 2 element. Weapons Squad, you are shaping Operation 2, tasked with being the support element, and 1st Squad, you are shaping Operation 3, tasked with being the security element. Situation, area of interest. Allow me to orient you. Here's north, south, east, and west. Boxing you into our battalion AO. We have the 9-4 Northing as our northern boundary. Terrain features the Saddle Mountains. For the southern boundary, it is vicinity of the 8-6 Northing. Terrain features an unnamed road. For the eastern boundary, it's vicinity of the 7-5 Easting. Terrain features the Wanapum Lake. And for the western boundary, it is vicinity of the 0-0 Easting. Terrain feature is Interstate 82. For enemy car, CAS, the enemy has no close air support within our area of operations. Artillery, enemy 82mm mortars can range our AO and our company objective. Rotary wing, no enemy rotary wing assets are within our area of interest. Reinforcements, the enemy can reinforce on our objective with a platoon-sized element within 30 minutes if they are mounted, which is the most likely option, and within 3 hours if they are dismounted, which is the least likely option. For area of operation, we are currently located here at Alpha Alpha Black, vicinity Gulf Sierra 068921. Tracing you in for our northern boundary for our company area of operation is vicinity 9-4 Northing, same terrain feature, the Saddle Mountains. For the southern boundary, it is the same, the 8-6 Northing, terrain feature is unnamed road. For the eastern boundary, it is the boundary that we share with Bravo Company. It is the 10 Easting. Terrain feature is firing point 1093. And for the western boundary, it is the 00 Easting. Terrain feature is Interstate 82. Familiarizing you with our AO, 3 natural terrain features we have here are Manastash Ridge, Badger Gap here, and North Fork Lamuma Creek running through our objective, through our AO, correction. 3 man-made terrain features that we have here are Badger Pocket Road, bisecting our AO, running north-south, Hanson Creek Road running east-west through our AO, and Silica DZ located in the southern portion. Weather and light data, we'll have a high temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit, low of 53 degrees Fahrenheit, sunrise will be at 0508, sunset will be at 2056, BMNT will be at 0429, EENT at 2135. Moonrise will be at 0520, moonset at 2054. Illumination will be at 75% with the moon phase at full. Wind speed will be 3 to 5 miles an hour from south-southeast and 0% chance of precipitation. Enemy forces, general enemy situation. Aragon Liberation Front forces are operating in AO Badger in a decentralized, roughly platoon-sized element. They will attempt to disrupt supply lines and engage unit patrols while they are in a static or defensive posture. Disposition. Our battalion scouts have spotted a mortar section consisting of 1 truck with 2 82mm mortar tubes moving south to north along Badger Pocket Road and west-east along Hanson Creek Road, trying to identify adequate firing points for future operations. Light infantry and counter mobility teams have been identified in the area through ISR and human intelligence assets. Their primary mission is to conduct counter mobility operations within our AO. Composition and strength. The platoon-size ALF element operating within our company AO has been sending out individual squads to conduct harassment operations within the AO. ALF forces utilize captured Desert Tan Humvees and civilian pickup trucks, both of which can carry up to 4 personnel in the cab and can pull a trailer or towed weapon system. It will be critical that our forces properly identify threat vehicles prior to engaging them. The ALF forces have been in multiple combat engagements with the local 9th Dakistanian infantry squads, which have degraded the ALF's equipment, personnel, and morale to 95% strength. These ALF squads have been working decentralized from its main ALF rifle platoon and has not been resupplied within the last 36 hours. This is why sustainment convoys are direly needed and are very probable to occur. Mission 2 levels up. One of the 161 Brigade Shaping Operation 1 attacks to destroy Aragon Liberation Front forces in AO Highlander, no later than 1800 uniform, August 2018, in order to prevent the northern advance of ALF in the town of Yakima and secure the brigade decisive operations eastern flank. Intent to destroy all ALF elements in AO Highlander and establish blocking positions along phase line Seahawks. The purpose of this operation is to destroy all ALF elements in AO Highlander. We are the Brigade Shaping Operation 1, with the expanded purpose of supporting through the 161, the Brigade Decisive Operation, passing U.S. forces south of phase line Seahawks through AO Rifles. We will achieve this by infiltrating south and attacking all ALF held areas in our AO, followed by blocking all northern movement of ALF within our AO and securing 3 of the 161's eastern flank. Key tasks: destroy all ALF in AO Highlander, secure all ALF key logistical and C2 nodes, establish block along phase line Seahawks, minimize civilian injury and collateral damage. End state. At end state, one of the 161 has destroyed ALF within AO Highlander, blocked all ALF movement north of phase line Seahawks, secured 3 of the 161's eastern flank, and all civilians in the AO are safeguarded back to the division rear. Higher headquarters. Alpha Company, one of the 161, Battalion Decisive Operation, attacks to destroy ALF forces in AO Badger, no later than 1500 uniform, August 2018, in order to prevent the northern advance of ALF within the town of Yakima. Intends to secure AO Badger, destroy all ALF on objective Gold, and block all ALF movement north of phase line Seahawks. The purpose of this operation is to destroy ALF elements within AO Badger and block all ALF movement north of phase line Seahawks in order to secure the eastern flank of 3 of the 161 Brigade Decisive Operation and allow them to pass follow-on forces south. Key tasks for ACO are to secure AO Badger, destroy all ALF on objective Gold, and block all ALF movement north of phase line Seahawks. At end state, ACO, one of the 161, has destroyed all ALF within AO Badger, blocked all ALF movement north of phase line Seahawks, secured through the 161's eastern flank, and all civilians in the AO are safeguarded back to the division rear. Mission of adjacent units: 2nd Platoon, Alpha Company, one of the 161, Company Shaping Operation 1, attacks to destroy ALF on objective Silver, vicinity Gulf Sierra 007907, no later than 0300 uniform, August 2018, in order to provide the company decisive operation freedom of maneuver. 3rd Platoon, Alpha Company, one of the 161, Company Shaping Operation 2, attacks to destroy ALF on objective Bronze, vicinity Gulf Sierra 045904, no later than 0300 uniform, August 2018, in order to provide the company decisive operation freedom of maneuver. 1st Squad, 3rd Platoon, Alpha Company, one of the 161, Company Shaping Operation 3 is the company reserves. Mission. 1st Platoon, Alpha Company 10161, Company Decisive Operation. Attacks to destroy ALF forces on Objective Gold. Vicinity, Gulf Sierra 030897. No later than 13-0600 uniform, August 2018, in order to prevent the northern advance of ALF within the town of Yakima. I say again, 1st Platoon, Alpha Company 10161, Company Decisive Operation. Attacks to destroy ALF forces on Objective Gold. Vicinity 030897, no later than 13-0600 August, in order to prevent the northern advance of ALF within the town of Yakima. Concept of the operation, KDDTMK. We'll be SPing out from Alpha Alpha Black, vicinity Gulf Sierra 068921. We'll be moving approximately 4 kilometers southwest till we hit the objective. Should take us about 2 hours on foot. Once we're on the objective, we'll be conducting actions on the objective, vicinity Gulf Sierra 030897. Next leg will be once actions on the objective is complete, we'll be moving an additional 4 kilometers, this time southeast. Should take another 2 hours because we're moving on foot, where we'll be establishing our battle position here at battle position 2, vicinity Gulf Sierra 057861. Scheme of fires, plot CR. These are pre-established fires that Hire has given down to us. First is designated Alpha Bravo 0001. The purpose is to prevent the enemy from massing combat power on our forces. That is located at Gulf Sierra 02738964, right here. The observer will be myself and the FO as the alternate. Trigger will be on order on the fires net, which is 42225. The resources are 2 81mm mortars, and that is a point target. The next one they gave us is designated Alpha Bravo 0004. Its purpose is the same, to prevent the enemy from massing combat power on our forces. It is located at Gulf Sierra 05698569, just south of our battle position. The observer will be myself, and the FO is the alternate. Trigger is again on order on the same fires net, 42225. Our resources are 2 81mm mortars, and that is a linear target going along this road. We have priority of the company's 60mm mortar fires. All calls for fire will be in order of precedence. Elements in contact, identified enemy indirect fire locations, and other identified enemy hard sites. Allocation, each squad can plan an additional 4 60mm mortar targets. Make sure you get those to me prior to fires coordination so we can deconflict with the other platoons. Restrictions, there will be no illumination rounds allocated and no fires within 500 meters of the company Alpha Alpha. Effect, enemy personnel are unable to reinforce troops in contact or place effective fire on our forces. Tasks more units, planning tasks. Security squad leader, tasking you with building the terrain model as well as route planning. When you're building the terrain model, I want exaggerated terrain, bigger hills, lower depressions, draws, all that. When you're doing the route planning, I want a primary and an alternate route, not intersecting at any point, both of differing colors. Assault 1 squad leader, you're going to be providing 2 names for primary demo. I want you to write these on the board no later than 14:15 so that the teams are ID'd and prepped for the mission. The purpose and time hack for all of these will be the same. Assault 2 squad leader, same thing. I want you to provide 2 names for primary and letter, as well as primary EPW. Security squad leader, you're going to be providing 2 names for compass and pace, for primary as well as alternate. Assault 2 squad leader, I want you to provide 2 names for alternate demo. Assault 1 squad leader, I want you to provide 2 names for alternate A-lender and alternate EPW. RTO, you're going to be conducting the COMEX to ensure all radio frequencies are set and the radios are functioning. It's going to happen at 13:45. Weapon squad leader, you're going to be conducting and supervising the test fire to ensure that all crew served weapons as well as saws are functional. It's happening at 14:15 at the test fire area. Platoon sergeant, I want you to plot all AXPs and CCPs throughout the duration of the operation for the operations order no later than 11:30. FO, you're going to be building fires overlay in order to provide indirect fire support. I need that no later than 1200 so we can do fires coordinations. Assault 1 squad leader and Assault 2 squad leader. I need both of you to provide 2 names each for the security and observation teams. So the teams are I need to prep for the mission no later than 14:15. RTO, I need you to complete the command and signal paragraph for the operations order no later than 14:15. Security squad leader, you're going to be conducting the terrain and weather analysis. When you're doing this, I need to know what the effects are for both friendly and enemy forces. Weapons squad leader, you're going to be completing the timeline over here. I need you to put an asterisk next to all specified tasks. The higher is dictated to us, and then all implied tasks will just be left as is. Platoon sergeant, you're also going to be completing the sustainment paragraph no later than 13:45 so that I can look it over. Security squad leader, you're also going to be conducting the KDD TMK and completing it for each leg. I want azimuths and distances in meters or kilometers. And finally, RTO, for planning tasks, I need you to call out time elapsed while I'm briefing the operations order. That'll be from 1500 on. Tasks and morning units, tactical tasks. Security squad, your task is to provide left and right security on roads leading to the objective in order to prevent the enemy reinforcements from massing on us. You're also responsible for navigation during the operation in order to move the platoon undetected through the area of operations. You're going to be providing near-side security during LDA crossings to minimize our risk of detection, and you're going to be first in the order of movement. Assault 1, you're second in the order of movement. You're responsible for actions on the objective in order to prevent the northern advance of ALF within the town of Yakima. You're also going to be providing surveillance and observation on the objective during the leader's recon in order to maintain contact with the enemy and provide security. Headquarters, just myself, platoon sergeant, FO, the RTO, and the medic. We're third in the order of movement. RTO, you're going to be calling out the time on the objective elapsed in minutes in order to ensure time on target is minimized. FO, you're going to be calling for fire on pre-established targets in order to provide freedom of maneuver for the DO. Medic will be conducting tactical combat casualty care in conjunction with aid and litter on any casualties that we sustain in order to minimize the death of friendly forces. Platoon sergeant and the medic are going to coordinate and facilitate CASEVAC for the same purpose. RTO, you're going to be calling out all OPSCET codes to the company commander in order to provide him with a clear picture of the battlefield. Weapons squad leader, you're going to be providing suppressive fire on the objective in order to allow freedom of maneuver for the DEO, as well as assisting in far side security during LDA crossings in order to provide maximum firepower to the security if we're detected. Assault 2, you're fourth in the order of movement, and you're assisting in actions on the objective and providing far side security for LDA crossings in order to minimize the risk of detection through the AO. Coordinating instructions, timeline. At 11:30, I will be back briefing the CO at the company CP. At 12:30, we're going to be conducting fires coordinations outside of the FSO tent. That'll be myself and FO. 1300, we're going to be doing adjacent unit coordinations. That'll happen outside of this bay, and that'll be myself and the other PLs. 13:45 is when RTO enters the net, as well as the rest of the leaders, in order to make sure that all the radios are functioning. 14:15, weapons squad leader, you're going to be conducting and supervising the test fire, along with all the saws and weapons squad. 1500 will be the op order here. 1700 will be the rehearsals, also here. 2000 we'll be doing final checks prior to stepping off. And at 2300, we cross phase line red. No later than 0100 will be in attack position on objective gold, and no later than 0600 will be initiating the raid on objective gold, and no later than 1500 battle position BP2 will be set. CCIR, PIR, are there any mortars or ammunition present? Does the enemy have any nods or small arms that we don't know about? Are there any logistical supplies present, and what do they consist of? What are the enemy vehicles by type and paint scheme? And is there any evidence of drug trafficking within the AO? FFIR, any loss of mission essential equipment, weapons, commo, nods. patrols compromised or contact during movement, failure to meet mission no later than time, and any wounded in action or killed in action taking. EEFI, any operational overlays, OPSCEDs, or SOIs. Sustainment, Class 1 cycle is Mike, 6 MREs per. Class 5 ammunition, we have 8,000 rounds of 5.56 ball on hand, 6,000 rounds of 5.56 length saws on hand, 4,000 rounds of 7.62 length of 240s on hand, and 140 Mike HE. We've requested 6 AT4s, 3 M18A1 anti-personnel claymore mines, 4 blocks of C4 for demo, and 50 M67 fragmentation grenades. Class 7 is none. Class 8 medical, we have 1 medic with aid bag, 4 CLS bags, and 2 litters. Class 10 miscellaneous, we have 200 AA batteries, 200 lithium batteries, 3 boxes of red chem lights, and 3 boxes of IR chem lights. Transportation is none. Ground CASEVAC will be primary means to evac casualties. Secondary will be medevac aircraft hoist. Squads need to plan for platoon CASEVAC en route to objectives. Platoon AXP will be along Badger Pocket Road. Command and signal. Command, location of higher leader. The commander will be located with our platoon throughout their operation. Chain of command will be myself as the PL, Sergeant First Class Ashworth as the platoon sergeant, Staff Sergeant Murphy as the weapons squad leader, Staff Sergeant Andrecchio as first squad leader, Sergeant Makani as second squad leader, and Sergeant Combs as third squad leader. Frequencies used throughout this operation. Company frequency will be 43000 and the platoon frequency will be 44000. Time is now 1100 hours. What are your questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions for me, then I have some questions for you as a confirmation brief.
Following the confirmation brief, the leader gives further guidance on planning and preparation to his subordinates. Here he instructs the FO on fires planning. Here he instructs the platoon sergeant on sustainment planning. Here he instructs the RTO on signal planning. And here he designates a squad leader to plan routes, build the OACOC board based on major route movements, and he gives guidance on terrain model standards.